Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Chris McCarthy here with Elite Level Leader, and welcome to the Battleground. In today's workout, I've got a chest workout for you, and how this is going to work is we're going to end up doing 5 different chest exercises. And within this, we're going to be doing a certain sets of reps and sets, but we're going to be doing what's called drop sets. So basically how this is going to go is you're going to start off with that first exercise, and you're going to pick a light weight. What you're going to do with that light weight is you're going to go ahead and do 12 reps at that light weight. After that is over, you're going to go ahead and rest for 1 minute. After the 1 minute is up, you're going to go ahead and increase that weight on there, but we're going to decrease the reps down to 9. Then you're going to rest for 1 minute again. Then on the third set, you're going to increase the weight again, but you're going to decrease the reps down to 6 reps. Now, once you have completed that set of 6 reps up there, what you're going to do now is you're going to go back to that lightest weight that you started before, and immediately, without any rest, continue that movement at that lightest weight until you go until failure. Once you've reached failure, that completes that series of reps and sets for that movement, and then we're going to move on to the next movement. All right, guys, let's get started, and it's going to start off here with flat dumbbell bench press. So I've got a bench set up here in a flat position. Like I said, we're going to do 12 reps at a light weight. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go ahead and grab a lighter pair of dumbbells. Now, always when you get in a position here, sit down on this bench, place these dumbbells on your knees, and use your knees and your legs to get these dumbbells up into position. So lean back, guide those dumbbells up, press them all the way up overhead. Now, these dumbbells are stacked, wrists, elbows, shoulders, all in a line here, and my hands are at about a 45-degree angle. You're going to bend at those elbows, keeping those elbows in close to your sides as they scrape down below. You're going to go down to full depth here, elbows down below your chest, and the dumbbell heads are right around chest level. You're then going to press all the way up, squeezing your chest at the top, pausing at the top, and then coming all the way back down. Nice and slow and controlled on that negative down there. You don't have to do really necessarily a full negative, but just slow and controlled, just making sure you're not dropping those weights, squeezing all the way at the top, and you're gonna go ahead and do a set of 12 at this lightest weight. Then, like I said, you're gonna rest for 1 minute. After that 1 minute is up, you're gonna increase the weight, decrease the reps down to 9, rest for 1 minute, increase the weight again, go ahead and do 6 reps of that at that other lightest or that heavier weight. Then what we're gonna do is right after that, you're immediately gonna go into that failure point of going ahead with that lightest weight that you did right here at the beginning until you go on to failure. That completes the first movement of this workout today. Now we're gonna move into the second movement, which is gonna be incline dumbbell flies. So I've got my bench set up here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up here at an incline. Make sure you get the bottom part up here as well. And we're doing flies. It's more of a straight arm movement, so I'm really gonna lighten up the load on this because this is the lightest weight that we're starting with here at those 12 reps. So I'm gonna come over here, grab a lighter weight. We're gonna lean back on this bench, make sure it's at that incline. Once again, use your legs to get these dumbbells up into position. Once again, they should be stacked right over your chest, wrists, elbows, and shoulders all in a line here. What you're gonna do is slightly bend those elbows, fly them down towards the sides here. Once you start to feel that pull across the top of your upper chest, you're then gonna reverse that, squeeze at the top, bring those dumbbells together. They should be right over the top of your chest. Make sure they're not falling down over your abdomen. So all the way down, squeeze, pause at the bottom for a second. Make sure that negative, once again, is nice and slow and controlled on the way down. Squeezing at the top, squeezing those pecs together at the top. You're gonna go ahead and do a set of 12 at this lightest weight. Set those down, and just like the other movement there, you're gonna rest for 1 minute, increase the weight again for 9 reps, increase the weight again for 6 reps, and right after that, you're gonna decrease the weight and do that final set of failure. Then we're moving into the next movement here, which is gonna be incline dumbbell bench. So got my bench already set up in this incline position, but this is not a fly, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the weight a little bit heavier on these, but once again, you are just starting off with that lightest weight. So I'm gonna go back to what I was doing before on the flat bench. And just like on the flat bench with this incline bench, use your legs to guide these dumbbells up into position here, press them all the way up overhead. And just like we were doing on that flat bench, keeping those elbows in close to our sides, coming down to full depth here, pausing at the bottom, squeezing as you press up, squeeze to the top, then come all the way back down, nice, slow, and controlled. And just like all the other movements, we're gonna do a set here at this lightest weight of 12. Once the 12 is up, you're gonna go ahead and rest for that 1 minute, increase the weight, and then decrease the reps down to 9, rest for 1 more minute, Then you're gonna increase the weight up to your heaviest weight, do 6 reps of that, and then once that 6 reps is over, you're immediately gonna grab that lightest weight that I just did again and do that same movement until failure. Then we're moving into the 4th movement today, which is gonna be underhand dumbbell flat bench. Now, not all benches go down to a decline. If you do happen to have a bench that goes down to decline, I do recommend that, but you can go ahead and do this same movement at a flat bench. Mine happens to go down to a decline, so I'm just gonna knock it down a couple notches here. So what we're doing is we're gonna do underhand dumbbell bench press at a little bit of a decline or that flat bench. Basically what that means is typically you have these dumbbells in your hand and your palms are kind of facing forward here and you have them at a 45-degree angle. What we're gonna do is we're gonna reverse that to an underhand grip, and as we lean back, now those dumbbells are kind of more over your abdomen part rather than your chest. So what that is doing is as you are pushing up, it's working the lower part of your chest. So once again, I've got my dumbbells here into position. Now we wanna switch off and go a little bit lighter on these since this is the underhand grip. So I'm gonna set these down, and like I said, we are gonna go 12 here at this lightest weight. So start off a little bit lighter than you would typically do on a normal bench press with these. As always, as you lean back, guide these dumbbells up in front of you. Now you're seeing I'm rotating my hands, so now my hands are facing towards the top of my head here. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna keep those elbows in close to our sides as we bring them down towards our abdomen. So we're bringing those dumbbells down to the lower part of our chest, really around our rib cage. Now from here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pause for a second here, and then we're gonna press all the way up, squeeze at the top, then all the way down, all the way up. You're gonna feel this in your lower part of your chest, especially if you're able to do this at a little bit of a decline bench. Really gonna get the lower portion of your chest. You're gonna go ahead and do 12 reps of those at that light weight, and just like all the other movements, rest for 1 minute after that, increase the weight again for 9 reps, rest for 1 minute, increase the weight again for 6 reps, and then what you're gonna do is after those 6 reps, immediately go down to that lightest weight again, and then do that until failure. After that, now we're moving into the final movement here on chest day, and it's gonna be close grip flat bench press. So I'm gonna raise my bench back up to a flat position here, and we're gonna heavy up the load on these. But once again, we are still just going with our lightest set here at the beginning for the 12 reps. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have our palms facing each other on these. And as we sit down here, like I said, palms are gonna be facing each other and dumbbells are actually going to be touching. So I'm putting those dumbbells right next to each other. They are touching here in the middle. This works really, really well with these hex dumbbells if you have those, because it's got that flat edge to press them against each other. Use your legs, guide them back, press them up overhead. They're still touching. They're gonna be touching the entire time. Palms are facing each other. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bend at the elbows, keeping those elbows in close to our sides. As we come all the way down, elbows should be scraping our ribs. Once those dumbbells get down to chest level, now you're gonna press, explode up, press, squeeze at the top. We're working the center part of the chest here, keeping those dumbbells really close together. Also, keep them around chest level, not your abdomen level. So as you come down, making sure those dumbbells are resting down on your chest, not on your rib cage. You're gonna get a little bit of a tricep exercise in here as well. You're gonna go ahead and do 12 at this lightest weight, and just like all the other movements, rest for 1 minute, increase the weight down to 9 reps, increase the weight again down to 6 reps, and then we're gonna do that final burnout set to failure at that lightest weight for as many reps as you possibly can on that. All right, guys, once you complete that, that completes the chest workout for today, and I will see you right back here in the battleground for your next workout. And as always, make sure you check out EliteLevelLeader.com for full training programs and to enlist today.